This is a handmade 紫砂 pot made by a grandmaster.
Professor Chu, what is 紫砂 pot?
紫砂 pot is a unique handmade clay handicraft in China. It is said that the founder of 紫砂 teapot is Gong Chun in Ming Dynasty. It was made in Zhengde period of Ming Dynasty.
It's so delicate. It must be very precious.
Yes, 紫砂 pot is an antique with value of collection. Objects of grandmasters are often difficult to find.
So what about the raw material of 紫砂 pot?
The raw material is 紫砂 clay, which originated in Dingshu town of Yixing, Jiangsu province. Therefore, it is also known as Yixing 紫砂 pot.
Some ancient literati would pen and write poems on the pot, which gives it a mode of literati.
I like it a lot.
Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about Zisha pottery. The Yixing area of Jiangsu province has a long and distinguished history. Legend has it that Yixing was founded by Fan Li, a senior official in the kingdom of Zhao. He made a fortune making pottery there and was given the title Tao Zhu Gong, or the porcelain gentleman. The Qians people of Yixing used to call him father of pottery. However, archaeological evidence shows that Yixing was already a production place of pottery ever since the Neolithic age. The pottery of Yixing began to achieve popularity and fame after the Ming Dynasty, as one of its towns, by the name of Shuye, crafted the single-colored, non-decorated Zisha pottery. From historical records, we have evidence that a kind of purple clay vessel was created as early as the Northern Song Dynasty. It is easy to see the long history of Zisha. This type of pottery has a fine texture body with iron contents as high as 9%. It was fried at temperatures around 1200 degrees Celsius and appeared reddish brown, maroon, or dark purple. Its density and hardness were quite outstanding, thanks to the purple and red clay in the Yixing area. Zisha clay is a type of highly moldable and viscous clay, which can be rather easily molded to the desired form. It can be used to make teaware, stationery, wineware, tobaccoware, flower pots, and other vessels of daily use. Thus, it is highly functional and practical. Zisha wares are not glazed, and the doorway pores in its body can be observed under a microscope at 600 times magnification. Its body has relatively high water absorbency and good diffusion abilities for air and other gases. In modern scientific studies, it was realized that Zisha pottery will let air pass through its walls, but not water. Thus, Zisha ware is great for sealing in the fragrance of tea and keep the roots of flowers and plants strong and healthy. Earlier Zisha wares were usually pots and jars with rather coarse bodies and rough forms. It was mainly used by the common people for the purpose of heating water or brewing tea before the name became synonymous with exquisite tip sets and elegant displayware. Roughly around the latter parts of the 17th century, Zisha pots evolved from the round or square forms to much more natural and comparing shapes, which resembled flowers and fruits. The literati and tea aficionados loved the newer zisha wheel. These natural forms include the pumpkin pot, tree and plant pot, polygonal bamboo pot, sunflower-shaped pot, Buddha's pump pot, river snake-shaped cup, lotus leaf jar, and so on. In the design of its form, both aesthetics and functionalism were considered. A beautiful design feature can be more than meets the eye. These toys of elegance came in several main categories, which were vegetables, fruits, bamboos, insects, and shelled mollusks, birds and white animals, and so forth. The maroon-shaped pot by Ming artisan Chen Mingyuan and pot with bamboo designs and 8 trigram markings by Qing craftsman Shao Daheng are better-known pieces of work today. Before the Tang Dynasty, tea vessels and food containers went so clearly distinguished as a fashion of tea drinking caught on. The craftsmanship and creativity in design of tea wheels improved with each day. By the end of the Tang, the ideal tea wheel appeared, the Zisha teapot. Zisha teapot was produced in Yixing, which was suitable at the juncture of the Suzhou, Zhejiang, and Anhui provinces, next to the famous Taihu Lake. This was a celebrated tea production base. Many prestigious types teas were connected here as imperial tribute for the courts. The rise and the development of Zisha pottery was closely tied in with tea production areas. The fashion of tea drinking, tea brewing techniques, and the changes in tea wheel, it is safe to say that the popularization of tea as a beverage in the Song Dynasty and the promotion of tea drinking by the literati and the scholar officials were the direct incentives in the maturing of Zisha craft. Yixing Zisha tea wheel started its lifespan in the Northern Song Dynasty. By the Ming Dynasty, teapot making masters abound, who produced Yixing Zisha teapots that sported striking designs and grandness in style. The popularization of Zisha pots from the Ming Dynasty onwards was obviously contributed to tea drinking customers. Bunched tea was replaced by loose tea. Water was studied to be used to brew tea, and as tea brewing vessels, small cups were no longer considered clean and heat-preserving. Thus was superseded by the teapot, especially by the Middle Ming Dynasty, as people demanded more visual appeal, fragrance, and taste from tea. The evaluation for teapots came to be based on the principle small is better than large, and shallow is preferred over deep. Therefore, all Zisha teapots were aimed at miniaturization with an air of elegance. The highest ideal artistically would be to have beautiful teapot and fragrant tea, since many literati and people of high taste and elegance participated in the design and the making of Zisha teapots. Thus, the small wonder had on its body 4 of calligraphies of poems and prose, paintings, sail prints, and sculptural elements, infusing its high artistic and cultural values. Every piece of Zisha teapot is a collection of people's interests, emotions, and attitudes towards life. Tea lovers all like to collect teapots. Zisha teapots from Yixing, made by the hands of the master artisans, are worth the price of gold. Collecting teapots and refining its body and tea fragrance over time with each use has always been viewed as an elegant hobby. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.